Hello everyone, Sungakoka here once again, and today we have some pretty good news for you physical collectors out there. If you have an issue with game keycards, I personally don't have an issue with them. I've already explained it many times in previous videos why I don't have a problem with game keycards. Then this news might help you feel better about them. Now before I talk about this news, about a couple of days ago, there were rumors going around talk about Nintendo is producing smaller size cartridges for more options for publishers to use to put their games on Switch 2 instead of the game keycards, which many AAA developers have been going for. Because the 64GB cartridge for Switch 2 games is pretty pricey. $20 a pop. Yeah, I can see how pricey it can be. Well, today, a publisher called NN Entertainment, I think that's what the publisher's name, put out news about their game that was on a game keycard and it's not going to be on a physical cartridge. Publisher claims Nintendo is now offering smaller card sizes for Switch 2, which could mean less game keycards. Now you might notice update retraction. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's read the original statement. Original. One Nintendo Switch 2 publisher stepped forward claiming that smaller card sizes are now possible with games released on the system. Since launch, we've heard that companies looking to release titles for the console have only been able to put everything on a 64GB cartridge. In most cases, publishers weren't interested in that option. Because of that, game keycards have flooded Nintendo Switch 2 since June, and that's something collectors haven't been happy about. Again, it personally doesn't bother me. Let's keep going. Even though you technically get something physically, you still have to download the entire game. Like with PlayStation and Xbox, they do this too, but let's keep moving. That brings us to today's update. According to NN Games, earlier this week, Nintendo announced 2 smaller cartridge sizes for Nintendo Switch 2. This isn't something the company has said publicly, but it's apparently sharing that information with companies behind the scenes. It's unclear what the new sizes are, but 32GB and 16GB could be possibilities. We're already seeing an immediate benefit to this change. Originally, NN Games was playing a game keycard for R-Type Dimensions 3. However, that's now changing, and instead, the entire European and a US production of R-Type Dimensions 3 for Nintendo Switch 2 will be released on a full physical cartridge. Now, this game that was originally going to be a game keycard is now going to be on the full physical cartridge, which is great. I don't know about this game. I heard it's a remake or remaster or something. I don't have an interest in it, but for those who do, you're going to be happy to pick this up physically now. Now, the sad news about this, good news, is that they had to increase the price of this by $10 because of the higher costs of the cartridges. The situation surrounding the RAM shortage because these stupid AI data centers causing PC makers raise the price of their RAM, and this does not just affect PC, this also affects consoles too. But I don't want to talk about that right now. Now, let's go into this update because this publisher made an oopsie that they probably weren't supposed to share this information. Update. NN has now posted a retraction, which you can find below. It's possible the publisher shared information it was not supposed to, especially as there were rumblings earlier in the week regarding new cartridge sizes, but in any case, we can no longer rely on the original statement. And this is their statement after they deleted that statement on Twitter. We would like to issue a correction regarding statements made earlier today in relation to Nintendo cartridge storage sizes. There has been no official announcement or confirmation from Nintendo concerning cartridge storage capabilities. Any references to specific storage sizes should not be interpreted as official information from Nintendo. At this time, we can only confirm that our upcoming release R-Type Dimensions 3 will be on a physical cartridge. No further technical details regarding cartridge specifications have been officially confirmed. We apologize for any confusion this may have caused and appreciate your understanding. Now, this is basically like a PR move that they gotta do. Nintendo were pretty not happy that they gave that information out. Like, I bet I think they were gonna give this information out at their next financial meeting, and this publisher signed an NDA did not talk about it. Well, they made an oopsie, and they're now putting out a PR statement. So yeah, this does confirm that there are other cartridge sizes. Now, while this is good news, it's a little bad news. As I mentioned, they had to increase the price by 10 euros. I think that's $10 USD. Correct me on that in the comments below. But yeah, because even though there are smaller other size cartridges, they're cheaper than game keycards, sure, but they're still pretty pricey. I think I saw that like a 32 gigabyte and 16 gigabyte cartridge goes around to $17 and $16. Still pretty high. And again, you have the RAM chip shortage situation, and those prices are hiking up, and you have AI to thank for that. We love AI, don't we? But does this mean that game key cards are going to go away entirely? No. Again, while this is good, most publishers are probably not going to use the smaller size cartridge because they still want to save money and go for the game keycard route, because that supposedly gives them faster speeds, because the 64 gigabyte cartridge gives slower speed than the game keycard, and that's probably one of the reasons why Star Wars Outlaws use the game keycard, because it benefits them for speeds. So yeah, that's the news. Again, this doesn't really make game keycards go away, but we could start seeing less of them. Not very less, but less. What do you think about this news in the comments down below? Are you happy about this news? Or are you not happy about this news that you have to pay a little more to get a game fully on cartridge? Which I assume most physical collectors will eat the extra costs. But yeah, let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. This has been Sunket Koga, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.